And it's once again enormous fun perskat to all of you. My name is Touhou and welcome back to Touhou Marathon 2.0. Last time we dropped down into hell and now we need to find our way back. A lot of shit is happening in such quick succession that I'm starting to lose the plot threads here. But anyway, we will continue. Yeah, and also the Lake of Blood is in this game already. Despite it not being included in the lore before, like many years later, canonically. But we shall continue, and I'm hoping this would be a little longer level already. And that was not it. Coming into this just solely because I just felt like I had the time now, and no real topics prepared. Large room, nice. And yeah. I finally beat the Elden Ring DLC before this, and ooh, nice. Yeah, the final boss was hard. That much was evident. Shit. Yeah, the final boss was hard. Was it as hard as people said that it would be? Yeah, I'd say that it was definitely the hardest. Fuck. Gotta love that little sound effect, but yeah, definitely the hardest boss in any From Software game thus far, and honestly, if Miyazaki goes as far as to make even harder bosses going into his future games, I don't know how much fun that is going to be, because, well, it wasn't a bad boss. Let's start with that. It was just really, really tough. Like, before this, I'm not going to name the final boss in case there are people who are planning on playing that DLC but have not yet played. Oh, there's something down there. Okay, but if there are people who haven't played the DLC but plan on doing so, I will not spoil who the final boss is. Just know that it really lives up to the hype of being so hard. Before this final boss, the hardest in my opinion was Saint Ishin from Sekiro. And What the fuck? We're already back here. Okay. But yes, Saint Ishin was hardest, and I remember when I played Sekiro, and I came to the boss, like, Sekiro as a game is definitely the hardest overall that From Software has ever made. Hello there. But even the whole game as a whole, before the final boss, that is Saint Ishin, wasn't too tough. There were a couple bosses that required more than one attempt, and I definitely struggled. But before Saint Ishin, none of it compared. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, I ran over there again and again and again, and because that boss has 3 phases, like, I didn't even get to the third one in like hours. And when I finally got into the third one, like, it was... Yeah. Oh. Like, going into... when I finally got into the third phase, that was also the run that finally saw me defeating the boss, because as it turns out, in a funny twist of fate, the third stage is the easiest phase, because, well, I forgot which button was the... oh, it's dead already. But yeah, Saint Edition's third phase was easily the easiest, because it was just a repeat of the second one with easier attacks to punish. So basically I had grinded the second phase for so long that it was already in my muscle memory, and when the third stage hit with easier attacks, it just all clicked and did it then. But the final boss of Elden Ring's DLC, my god, there was no such luck, because unlike Ishin, that boss is just a single health bar, with two phases. The first one is piss easy, like anyone could do the first phase of the final boss of Elden Ring DLC. But the second one, my god, it is basically a repeat of the first one, but every attack the final boss has now has an aftershock effect. And we are in the garden, the same garden as in Scarlet Curiosity, apparently. But, yep. Every attack the boss has like an aftershock effect, which in and of itself wouldn't be as much of an issue, but those aftershocks are so fucking well bright that they cover everything on the screen. Like, your whole screen is yellow when it blows up on your face, and when it happens you have absolutely no idea what the boss is going to do, because the final boss in that game has like this funny little thing of chaining its attack combos together, and some of those combos, actually a lot of them, are so long and have many attacks that if you do not dodge at least half of the attacks that it throws, you're gonna die. Like, there is no other way about it. You are going to die if you do not get those dodge rolls. And yeah, that also one thing the boss's second phase also does is it boosts all of its resistances. And when I went into the first phase thinking that, oh, this isn't that bad, I can just chunk this guy. No, when the second phase starts, your damage output basically halves. And with the boss now more aggressive, you also... what the fuck? With the boss now more aggressive, you also have less time to attack. And that kinda turns the whole thing into an endurance fight that most of the time ends with you dead. Ow. I remember one time I got so close to beating the boss that I was literally one hit away. Like, the boss's health bar, there was so little left that there was basically nothing in that bar anymore. And when I died in that moment, I was like, fuck this. But eventually I did manage to power through, so to say. And I have to say, there is nothing From Software has made that compares. And I don't think they need to make anything that hard again in any time soon. Because Sekiro was hard because how complex the ow. Sekiro was difficult because how complex the combat system in that game is. Elden Ring's final boss was hard just because how much juice that boss had. It just pushed all your resources and damage output to its very limit. And I'm not saying it is a bad thing, I just think that boss was really just pushing the limit. And yes, I understand that people are probably quite bummed about that boss, and I can see people struggling, but it is not an end of the world. Like, it is not the hardest thing in video game history. Like, I have a friend whose first Souls-like game was Elden Ring, and he managed to beat the boss before me, mainly because he had started playing the DLC before me. But yeah, I'm recognizing the L when there is one. He beat it in less tries than I did, and if he can beat it, then everyone can beat it. The boss isn't impossible, and it seems we are going to fight Satori. But yeah, the points I said in the previous session still stand. That people are like people are blowing things out of proportion. The boss isn't impossible. It isn't crappy design. You're just a shit player if you don't beat it. No. But it is going to require... it demands more practice and preparation from you than many other Souls-like bosses Miyazaki has made. And apparently Marisa does not know who Satori is, like it seems to be the case with so many other characters. For some reason, I still do not get why that is the thing. Why is everyone strangers? Beautiful yet vulgar. Okay. Kill yourself. And Satori has the same theme apparently. as in Scarlet Curiosity, which is nice because Satoru's theme in that game was really nice. Fuck. That is our spell used, dumb fuck. Fuck. I think we should manage this. As long as we don't suck shit. And yeah, this should be it. Or not. Tanky bitch. Ow. And that's that. The hardest boss so far has been Alice.